Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another live match preview. This time it is Liverpool versus Wolves. These games are coming thick and fast, and when you're not winning, when you're not picking up the points that you want to be, it's not fun. It's not fun. But as always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. Wolverhampton Wanderers. It feels like we're playing Wolverhampton for the 38th time this season. It feels like we've just played them loads. But I think it's become a fixture that we have been played so many times in a short space of time. That being said, we have to play the teams that are in front of us. And we know we've got a massive game coming up at the weekend. But that game means nothing. Or should I say it means a lot less. Well, it would always mean something. It means a lot less if we don't pick up maximum points in this game coming up. As always, shout out to people in the comments. Shout out to Marcel. Drifty will be back soon, hopefully, Marcel. Just needs a bit of time away to do some things off screen. So big up Drifty. All is good there, though. Just needs a bit of time. Shout out to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. Big up yourself, Jamie. About John Conway. As always, one of our longest serving subscribers and our longest serving member. Hacks86, official AMD. Big up yourself, Trevor. Who else have I missed off? Kings Mano, Tamir, Cowan, Swaggy, J Batch. Big up yourselves, all of you. Please do smash that like button if you haven't already. And if you watch this on replay as well, please don't forget to hit that like button. Right. And Atanas, that's a question I'm going to be speaking about. LFCJ, welcome. Right. The last time we played Wolves, up until the Real Madrid game, was, in my opinion, the worst performance of the season. And they've been gradually getting worse. The reason I say that is because Brighton are seen to be a very good team by everyone. Everyone knows what you're going to get with Brighton. They're going to get a team that presses really well, attacks really well, defends aggressively, and holds onto the ball for large periods of the game. So losing to Brighton at this time, it was painful, but wasn't a massive shock. Losing to Wolves might not necessarily have been a shock, but it was a painful reminder that we really aren't what we used to be. And the reason I say that is because Wolves were lagging in the table. They were struggling. At the time we played them, I think they were 18th. We, in my opinion, shouldn't be losing to any team in the bottom three whatsoever. Like, that for me is scandalous, whichever part of the season you look at. Now, Wolves are currently sitting 15th in the league, so they're not out of danger. They're only 3 points off the drop zone. However, you look at our form and the way we're playing, that Crystal Palace game was awful. Let's make no bones about it. Shout out again to man like Matt and to everyone who joined him for the watch along. But that was a painful watch. I watched the replay of that game and I really wish I hadn't. Like, it was that bad. Like, the highlights or should I say the lowlights of the game had me really scratching my head as to what's going on at Liverpool. Not just that, had me scratching my head as to other players playing for the manager. And again, before anyone gets crazy, that's not me saying I want the manager out. But if the players aren't playing for the manager, there's one of two options. You get new players or you get a new manager. I think doing the former is the best thing to do. I don't think we should be getting a new manager yet. But it's a resolution that needs to happen. But there is a third. The players start playing properly for the manager, for the club, and for the fans. Until that happens, we ain't going to see the Liverpool that we're used to seeing over the past 6-7 years. And that needs to happen very quickly if we're going to maintain or get top four again this season. And bear in mind, top four going into this season was the bare minimum. No one expected anything less than second. I remember at the beginning of the season, me, Matt, and Drift, as well as you guys on a live show, we're talking about where we think we're going to finish. And we said we'll finish no lower than second. We said we would have won the league if we got a centre midfielder or two. No centre midfielder or two, we're going to finish second. Man City are going to win it. But we'll push them maybe until April. We ain't pushed Man City at all this season. From the first game in August, we haven't pushed Man City. So that's gone out the window. Top 4 now seems like the holy grail, but really should have been the bare minimum. But I digress. Beating Wolves in this game is paramount. There is no room for slip up here. The Palace game for me was one of the last fixtures you could look at and go, you can maybe not get a win and still squeeze top 4 if you're lucky. This is the last game, in my opinion. I know I've been saying this for a few weeks now, but enough's enough. This team needs to kick in gear and they need to do what they need to do. That being said, Wolves aren't stupid. They know that as well. And you look at some of the players they brought in, high energy, possession-based, aggressive, strong, athletic midfielders. What's the one thing we need? Or 3 of those, just what I described. But Wolves have got that. What's our kryptonite? Teams who have that. Teams who play with that style. So we're going to have to really be on our P's and Q's for this game. Now, we have got a very good record against Wolves at home. We have. Very good record. But this isn't also the same Liverpool. And we can speak about records. We can speak about past until we're blue in the face. We have to speak about what's the now. We have to speak about what's the now. And the now is we are playing like a mid-table team. We are performing like a mid-table team. And our results reflect that of a mid-table team. So how do we change that? Is it tactics? Is it formation? Is it personnel? Is it philosophy? I think it's a culmination of all of those. So I'm going to take you through what I would do now. Now, I know this might be just fugazi and silly because ultimately I don't see Klopp deviating from 4-3-3. I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what I would do and why. And I'd like to get your thoughts and opinions. So I'm going to bring it up full screen, guys. You'll still be able to hear me, though. I'll make that a little bigger on the screen for you guys. So this is the starting 11 that I would go with. So in goal, Alisson Becker. And this is where I start ringing some of the changes. This is where I really think we need to start shaking up personnel and players in this squad to let them know they're not safe anymore and that anyone's on the chopping block. I'm going Joe Gomez at right back. Now, the starting 11 that starts doesn't have to finish the game, but this is the starting 11 I'm going for. Trent is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. For me, was the best right back in the world for around 3 years. No questions asked. Talent-wise, especially going forward, is still the best. You lot are right. Gomez is out. That's thrown me straight away. Well, you know what? I'm going to do something I didn't think I'd want to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not going to put Trent in. I'm going to put this man in instead. I'm going to put James Milner in. How about that? And I'm going to explain why I'm doing this. I'm sick of Trent thinking he can just do what he wants on a football pitch. And part to blame is the manager there. But enough's enough. You need to teach players that you're not bigger than the club. No matter how great you are, you're a number at the end of the day. Your number may hold more weight than others. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And if it comes to the detriment of us being too good or not good enough going forward, then yeah, I understand it. But sometimes you got to cut your nose off to spite your face. Old Caribbean saying, my mum used to say to me all the time. You got to do certain things you don't really want to do sometimes for the greater good. Milner at right back. Trent can hold bench for at least the first 60 minutes. Has to. Enough's enough now. At left back, I'm going Tsimikas for a different reason from what I'm going for Trent on the bench. I think Robbo needs a break. I genuinely believe Robbo needs a break, and I'd rather him get a break before he completely burns out. So I'd rather give him that break now. Tsimikas has played against Wolves a few times and has done well most of those times. I do think we need someone with a more consistent, better delivery playing as well. And I'm going to get into why shortly. In centre-back positions, I'm going Virgil in Ibu. I love Joel Matip. Joel Matip is one of my favourite players at the club, but he ain't been on it. Gomez ain't available, and I could put Nat Phillips in, but we all know Nat ain't playing. So there's no point in me doing that. So Ibu's back. Ibu goes into the team. Once again, we have 5 substitutions. Klopp lobbied for 5 substitutions. Let's utilise those 5 substitutions. In midfield. Now, this again was the hardest one to pick. No Thiago, but I'm changing the formation as you guys can see. I'm going 4-2-3-1. So I'm going 2 in the pivot. I'm going Bajcetic and I'm going Fabinho. Before anyone says why Fabinho, I don't know. I could have easily put Henderson instead of Fabinho, and you guys would have said why Hendo, and I would have said I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I flipped a coin in my head on who was playing at Hendo and Fabinho is the name that came to the top. Both of them are having horrific seasons. Neither are an 8. Bajcetic is having to perform out of his skin at such a young age, which is very sad. But Bajcetic is the first name on the team sheet from a midfield standpoint. Naby Keita stunk out South London the other day. I stepped out. Well, you guys know I live in Southampton. I stepped out my house and I was like, what's that smell? Oh, it's Naby Keita's performance. Yuck. Hendo was, awful. Milner, no, you're not a centre midfielder in this system anymore. The only reason there's a justification for Fab being in there is because I flipped a coin, guys. I'm not going to BS you guys. I flipped a coin between Henderson and Fabinho. Because either one you put in right now, you don't know what sort of performance you're getting. Bajcetic has to start. Jones can't play centre midfield. I don't want to see Harvey Elliott centre midfield. I need a double pivot. I need some stability in that midfield to allow the attackers to do what they need to do. And if the fullbacks are going to push forward, the 2 pivot players can push back a little bit and our 2 centre-backs can push a little wider if need be. Solidify the middle of the park. Give us a chance when we're on the attack and give us a chance when we're defending. Solidify the middle of the park. Stop asking these players to do too much when they haven't got it in them anymore. It's enough's enough now. 4-3-3 with these set of players ain't working. In the number 10 position, again, I could have gone with Bobby. I still don't think he's back to match fitness. And how do you get match fit? You play matches. But this is a must win. So I'm going with someone who is a bit more match fit, has been playing, has scored a couple of goals recently, and that is Gakpo. I think long term in this team, Gakpo will either play 10 or as an advanced 8. I still don't see him playing as a winger in this system. I genuinely don't. I just don't see how it works. We are used to our wingers being aggressive on the front foot, strong on the ball, strong off the ball, good defensively. And unfortunately, he doesn't display any of those characteristics yet. Not saying he's not a good player. I just don't think he displays any of those characteristics. So I'm going Gakpo in the 10. On the left, I'm going Darwin Núñez. I think he has to play there. I think you need some aggression on that side at the moment. You need someone with the pace and the legs to get up and down. I'm going Salah on the right. And again, I'm just going to be real. The only reason I'm going Salah on the right is because there's no one else to deputise. I don't want to throw Ben Dokin. I don't want to throw in Harvey Elliott. Even though Harvey Elliott got a winner against Wolves the last time they played, it's got to be Salah, simply because we don't have someone capable of challenging him properly for his position, which again is the fault of the club. And then through the middle, Diogo Jota has to start. And I think the beauty of having Jota and Núñez on the pitch at the same time is that those 2 players can change position and be fluid in the way they transition, whether it be attacking or defensively. So I'll go through my team from back to front. Alisson in goal, Milner, Ibu, Virgil, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Bajcetic, Gakpo in the 10, Salah, Jota, and Núñez. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about that team. All right, back to me. So maybe I'm sounding like I'm a little bit harsh, but I'm a Liverpool fan like you guys. I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed. Did I think we'd win the league this season? No. But we shouldn't be where we are. We shouldn't be languishing mid-table, that's a combination of poor tactics, poor formation, poor setup, and poor execution on the pitch as well. That needs to change if we're going to get top 4. There is one position available in the top 4. The top 3 are taken. They are. We just got to call it how it is. This isn't like 2021 when there were 2 positions that are taken. No. It's 2. There's 1 now. You've only got the 4th spot. City and Arsenal are gonna compete for the league. One of those 2 teams will finish first. One of those teams will finish second. And 3rd place will be Manchester United. You might even see Man United pip one of those 2 to 2nd place. But I'm going Man United in 3rd place. There's only 1 position. Tottenham, in my opinion, are front runners right now. Enough with the nonsense, Liverpool Football Club. If you want Liverpool to be in the top 4, if you're a player, if you're the manager, if you're part of the coaching staff, if you're part of anything to do with the club, whether you be a fan or whatever, now's the time where we see our team galvanize and do what we need to do. Otherwise, we're going to be licking our wounds and saying, what could have been? No point talking about transfers at the moment because we ain't getting anyone until the summer. Even if we had £1 billion sitting in the transfer kitty, we physically can't bring anyone else in until the summer. No point talking about transfers. FSG, the accounts came out today. Whoop-de-woo. Ain't going to change anything on the pitch between now and May. All the rest of it is noise. We need to focus on what we need to focus on, and that is playing football and winning football matches, becoming competitive again, showing that you've got cojones, walking out to a football pitch and saying, yeah, we're not going to be taken for mugs today. If we lose today, you're going to have to put every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears into your performance to beat us. Because right now, we're walking to stadiums, or we're having teams walk to our stadiums and play us off the park and win games easily. Stop. That's not what a Jurgen Klopp team does. And for Jurgen Klopp, start shaking these lot, man. They're human beings. You're their manager. You're not their friend. Hate to say it. You are their manager. You're not their friend. Do what needs to be done. That being said, score predictions, my thoughts. I think we are going to see a reaction from these players. I think we're going to see a reaction from the fans in the stadium. I think we're going to win this game. I don't expect it to be pretty. I don't think it'll be by a big scoreline, but I do think we win. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I think with Jota and Nunes and Salah, we can easily score 2 goals. Defensively, we could even concede more than 2. We could. We know what we're like defensively. But if Ibra and Virgil are there, I'm a bit more comfortable. If Ali's on song, I'm more comfortable. But we have to take this game what it's for, guys. We're playing a team sitting in 15th place. We need to go out and win this game. No ifs, buts, or maybes. I don't want to hear anything after the game of, what about this? What about that? We have to go and beat them. I got a shout out to a special person in the comments. I won't say his name, but my cousin, who's actually a Wolves fan. All love to you, cuz. But you know, we need the win. We need the win tomorrow. But I love you, bro. But yeah, we need to go and we need to do what we need to do. No 2 ways about it. I'm sick of the excuses. I'm sick of some of the press conferences. I'm sick of the divide in the fan base. Let's just get on board now. Let's just get on board and do what we need to do. Shout out to Uncle Rod's in the comments section. Guys, make sure you head over to Uncle Rod's channel and subscribe to his channel and like his videos. But yeah, enough's enough now. We need to do what we need to do as fans. The players need to do what they need to do. So, with that being said, people, I want to also ask you about the account stuff today. Now, again, I'm not savvy when it comes to this financial stuff. I know a little bit, but I don't know loads. A lot's been made out of it. I really want to get your thoughts on it because we are in a healthy state financially as a club. We're not in any debt as far as I can see. Or we're not crazy debt. Every club runs in a debt, supposedly, but we're not in crazy debt. We're healthy in terms of structure-wise and all that. Does this make you feel any better about our situation, guys? Because I'll be honest, I don't really look at this and think, oh, well, whoop-de-doo, we're ahead of the league in terms of this or that. Like, kind of means nothing to me unless we're winning trophies on a regular basis. It's all well and good you not being in debt. And again, no one wants us to fall into the situation we were in under Hicks and Gillette. I don't think we've ever been in danger of doing that since FSG came in. And kudos to FSG for that as well, because they could have easily taken us from there and dropped us lower, but they haven't. They're savvy businessmen and businesswomen. But this is a football club. It's all well and good turning over profit and screaming about it and saying, yeah, we're matching Man United for commercial revenue now and this, that, and the other. Well, Man United sitting third in the league, just picked up a trophy, got a new manager, got that new manager bounce, got new players, we'll be getting new players again. They've got something to show for their revenue. What have we got to show for ours? Because at the moment, all we've got to show for ours is a new stand, a stand being built, and a training complex, which we're now paying back for. And we're being penalized for, apparently, because we're now unable to spend money on transfers because of it. Now, again, we can go back and forth about all of this, spend smarter, spend more. But I just really want to get your thoughts on it, guys, because me and Matt will probably chop this up a lot on Friday when more comes out of it. And again, no pressure, Mo Chatter, if you're watching, but looking forward to your breakdown on this, because you are one of the go-to people when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, seeing a couple of you saying put Bobby in instead of Jota. I saw Jota was rusty the other day, but Jota's one of those players that when he's not rusty and when he kicks into rhythm, I think he's going to be the most important player attacking wise in this team. So I'd rather him get that rust out now than wait for him to get out later. Plus, Bobby, I still don't know if I'm extending that contract, so I don't want to become reliant on a player that I don't know will be here next season for certain. So, yeah, that's just me. People, I'm going to wrap up there. I'm going to help these super chats quick. Shout out to Honesty, he's just become a YouTube member of ours. Much appreciated. Atana says, by the way, subscribe to your show, Cal. Love Matt and Drifty. Considering becoming a member in the future, I have to say you guys are the realest Liverpool fans. Also, Hussam, he keeps it real too. Shout out to yourself, Atanas. I hope I'm saying your name right, Atanas. We are real, but I'd be doing a disservice to other channels if I didn't say there was other real channels as well. You got Big Six Bants, you got Jerry James Show, you got Jamie Phillips Football Chat, you got Anfield Rods, you got Don Hussam, you got Saint LFC TV. I always do this myself. I'm going to end up forgetting a couple. It's not on purpose. Who else have we got? I'm trying to figure off the top of my head. You got 892 Reds TV. Did I say Jamie Phillips Football? You got Red Bajan TV. So guys, we appreciate all the compliments and all that all the time. We do, genuinely do. But don't forget about channels who have less subscribers. I'm not going to use the term smaller channels. They're not smaller channels. They just have less subscribers at the moment. Don't forget to support those channels because those channels support us. Shout out to James Redmond, who's making his return soon as well. Glasgow Red TV, there's one. John Moore. So yeah, there's plenty of channels. So make sure, guys, you go and support other channels as well. Special shout out as well to Joel Villafana, who I haven't seen in a while. Also to Sadiq, we need to catch up as well. Hope you're well. Manuel, as always. Guys, I'm going to wrap up there. If you've got any questions or comments, do leave them in the comment section below. Nothing but love for you all. Thank you all for the support. And we won't be doing a watch long because unfortunately the game's not on TV in the UK, but we'll be live for the match reaction. So make sure you tune in for that. Until we see you tomorrow, guys, have a great rest of the evening. Have a great day tomorrow. And hopefully we celebrate in the evening. Till we see you then. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kop-Ish. We're out, people. Take care.